Well, hello and welcome back to Movie Roulette.
Let's spin the wheel, people.
We're not still in the wheel tonight.
I want to spin the wheel.
We don't have a wheel yet.
I want to spin the goddamn wheel.
We have dice because it goes with tonight's theme.
That's a good point.
Motherfucker.
So welcome back. Welcome back, everyone, to Movie Roulette. My name is Justin.
And I'm Todd.
We got 3 movies tonight. It was going to be 4, but Todd, for some reason, thought that there was a Bollywood movie again.
I just want to watch a Bollywood movie.
I feel like we will eventually, but it just hasn't come yet. I'm glad for that. So what are our 3 movies tonight? We have Annihilation,
Game Night,
and Every Day. I'm actually really excited for Annihilation, just because, I don't know, I know so little about it.
Same here.
Yeah, and it's getting really good reviews, and it has Natalie Portman. And I don't care what anyone says, I like Natalie Portman. I've loved her ever since Black Swan.
Of course you do.
No, but yeah, I've loved her ever since Thor. She was the best Jane Foster.
She's the only Jane Foster.
No.
Give it time, there'll be another one.
Well, I mean, didn't she blatantly say she's not coming back?
I don't know everything that happened. Like, she got pissed off with the, director.
Mm-hmm.
And then they replaced the director, and that pissed her off even more. So I don't know the whole details.
Turns out she's actually Hela.
Yeah. That'd be an interesting twist.
No, I would actually like him to introduce female Thor at some point. That'd be kind of fun.
Oh, I thought you meant...
No, I mean, like, to actually introduce her as female Thor. I think that'd be kind of interesting, actually.
Well, when you said Helena, I'm thinking...
No, I think that'd be still interesting. It's like, oh, suddenly she's Hela.
Okay, so then we already mentioned all 3 movies. So, like I said earlier, I brought dice to coincide with tonight's theming of Game Night. What movie are you excited about?
I already said Annihilation.
Yeah, that's right, you said Annihilation. I am fine with either Game Night or Annihilation.
But I feel like you have a preference towards Game Night.
I have a little more preference towards Game Night because I guess that's the type of person I am. I like games, and I feel like it's going to be a funny journey.
Right.
And from all the reviews that I'm hearing, IGN gave it a 9.0.
Really?
I
was seeing like a 70, 80 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm hearing there's like twists and turns throughout the movie.
And when I first saw the trailers, I was actually thinking like, okay, this feels like it could be funny, but it also feels like it could be like, if it gives me the same intent, it gives me the same feeling that Cockblockers does.
That's how I feel about it too, because I feel like I don't know if it's gonna be good or bad.
Right. And that's what we're gonna see.
I don't know anything about Annihilation, so I'm like, I'd rather see Game Night.
It really has that, but I feel like Annihilation has that, that air of mystery and intrigue. And I mean, that's a huge thing about the movie, is it's supposed to be entering this world of mystery and intrigue, and it's like, okay, I don't give 2 shits about this world, but I just want to know what the hell this movie is about.
Yeah.
And, well, I mean, the third movie, I know you really don't want to see.
I don't. I'm not in the mood to see romantic bullcrap again.
Honestly,
but at the same time, after seeing Forever My Girl, I'm open to anything now. Because Forever My Girl still shocks me as it's the biggest surprise so far this year.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, it still wasn't great, but the fact that it wasn't complete mindless dribble romantic comedy bullshit, that in itself was was shocking. It actually was a pretty profound movie when you get down to it, with themes that I've never really seen done in quite that way.
Yeah.
I mean, if you haven't seen our review for it, go back and see our review of
Will You
Forever
Believe
My
in
Girl.
Blue?
Try to plug our own videos. How are you? I would never do that. Never like 5 seconds ago. What the fuck are you? But honestly, I would be okay with it for the main reason I've never seen this kind of premise before. I think it's pretty unique, and obviously they're going towards that idea of pansexuality, transgender complications, but at the same time, where it does seem like it's gonna be a bit overt. At the same time, I feel like it works. Unlike movies like I, Simon, which are coming out, where it's just like, oh, nobody knows my secret, but I'm gay.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I was like, why does that have to be a complication? Okay, I understand that, being gay in modern day society still isn't, seen as like, everybody's chipper about it. But at the same time, I feel like it's not as, detrimental to your life as most people believe. But the scene in the trailer where it's like all those kids going around saying like, oh, here's what it would be like if, straight was treated like it's like I'm heterosexual. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that video.
That bit was pretty funny. And I kind of want to see it just for that. And the fact that, let's be real, we're going to end up seeing it one way or the other.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm fine with any movie this week. I really am.
Except for every day.
Even every day. I think even every day.
Every day you're okay with it?
Yeah. I'm okay with this weekend's movies. I'm not...
Every day.
I'm not upset about anything, so let's roll the dice.
So here's the game today. We're going to take a 20-sided die.
Well, we gotta do a 12-sided die, so we can divide it by 3, not 20.
You brought a 20-sided die.
There's a 12-sided die up here, too. It's a D&D set.
Okay, so how do you want to do this? What was your
I was thinking we roll the die, and 1 and 2 would be game night.
Mm-hmm.
3 and 4 would be annihilation.
And the highest number wins.
5, 6 would be every day. Or 1, 2, 3.
Okay, now I see what you're saying. Or even
1, 2, 3, 4 is game night.
Right.
5, 6, 7, 8.
So in that case, you're rolling a 6-sided die only?
No, we're rolling a 12-sided. Oh, we could roll a 6-sided die now.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
I'm still thinking that Hey Jude, which was supposed to be our Bollywood movie of the week, is still in my head. But that was like...
Hold on, is there a 9-sided in here? Is that a 9-sided one?
No,
that's a 10-sided.
Yeah. So, I really thought that Hey Jude was this weekend, so I bought a 20-sided die.
The 12-sided die actually does still work, because if you think about it, 12 divided by 3 is 4. Yeah. 1 through 4, 5 through 9.
We'll do a 6-sided die.
We'll do a 6-sided die?
We're making this more complicated than it needs to be.
Really
6-sided die.
Okay.
So 1 and 2, game night.
Alright.
3 and 4, annihilation. 5 and 6, every day. Alright, we are rolling the die. You have no idea where the die will roll. Alright, drop it.
Just like this motion.
Of course you do.
Fuck! That was not my smartest idea! I'm so sorry, Todd!
It is fine.
Where did it go? Hold on, no, it's not it. Fuck! Where'd it go? Fuck!
You know I'm editing this into the video, right?
I hope so.
We'll be back after these messages.
They sure work hard, don't they, Sonny? Yeah? I hate to see them work so hard. Yeah, me too. Let's go around back where we can't see them. Gee, we ought to do something, Fred. Okay. How's about taking that? I got a better idea. Let's take a Winston break. That's it. Winston is the one filter cigarette that delivers flavor 20 times a pack. Winston's got that filter blend. Yeah, Fred. Filter blend makes the big taste difference, and only Winston has it up front where it counts. Here, ahead of the pure white filter. Winston packs rich tobacco, specially selected and specially processed for good flavor in filter smoking. Yeah, buddy, Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
The Flintstones has been brought to you by Winston, America's best-selling, best-tasting filter cigarette.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
Alright, so we're going to base on the dice roll under the chair.
I see a number, but I need to
Okay, 1 and 2 is game night.
We're seeing game night!
Woo! It's a 2! Here, see if you can get a picture of it down there.
Fuck. Where is it? There it is! Hold on. Angle it. You see that? It's a 2!
And welcome back to Movie Roulette. That's right, my friends. It's time for movie roulette.
No. Hold on.
You can't say no to this. I'm sorry.
Hold on. I
We-
kind of want to start over. Do you want to see if we can do like game show host?
No. So you can't be pissed off with this movie.
You really can't, but you also really can't be satisfied with this movie.
Yeah, you
either.
can't be
That's the
satisfied.
problem.
But let me tell you the reason why you can't be angry about this movie. Because of the last movie we saw.
That is true.
But you had no hopes for it, right?
I walked into this movie not having any expectations and yet somehow still having expectations. It was one of those kinds of movies I walked in knowing this I wasn't really going to like it necessarily. But I also wasn't walking into it like, I'm going to hate this movie. I was more walking in like, I feel like I'm not going to like it, but I'm hoping it surprises me.
Yeah. That's... If it wasn't for the premise, I wouldn't care.
Right.
Alright, like, it's another particular comedy. Like, who cares?
Like an adult comedy.
Yeah. So I really didn't know what to expect.
I kind of did. This is pretty much exactly
How you thought.
what I expected.
My thing was I read the reviews beforehand. I didn't read the reviews, I saw the scores.
Right, and they were doing pretty freaking well. So
88 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think it
9
actually got 78 on Rotten Tomatoes, wasn't it?
I think it was in the 80s.
I think it was 80s from the critics and 70s from the fans.
But IGN gave it a 90, and I'm just like, okay.
It's like maybe there's something to this movie that we're in kind of store for. You know what I mean?
And then Jason Bateman just shows up and ruins everything.
Like he does all movies, and that's the thing. That's the messed up thing. I don't like Jason Bateman. I don't have anything against him, but I don't like him as an actor. I don't like anything that he's in. And I can say this especially since he is in one of my favorite freaking movies, The Gift, where he plays against two of my other favorite actors, Rebecca Hall and Joel Edgerton of both. That's how I got exposed to them. That's how I got exposed to Rebecca Hall and Joel Edgerton, and I've loved them both ever since. But Jason Bateman just ruined the freaking movie. I still love the movie, but fuck Jason Bateman. Fuck Jason Bateman in this movie. He's just... It almost feels like he's constantly trying too hard. And I feel like that's a big thing about the comedy in this movie and why it doesn't necessarily work is because it tries too hard to be adult. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by adult?
Like it tries to do that whole like, oh, suburban white people humor.
Okay. Because when I think of adult humor, I'm thinking penises.
No, okay, let me rephrase. It's like they're
Rich adult humor.
that's trying to go against itself. It's like it's self-aware, but it still falls into all the pit traps.
Yeah. But
it's like saying, I know I'm an asshole, and that's why I get to be an asshole.
yeah, pretty much. I think it's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Like, because he was an asshole.
No, I mean like that's how I would like describe the comedy in this movie.
Yeah. But granted, he was an asshole in this movie.
He was. You know who else he was an asshole in? The Gift. His presence in either of these movies was not a gift. It was no game on this night, Todd.
But we have to get credit where credit is due. The lead actress.
What was her name? Rachel McAdams?
Yeah.
Rachel McAdams. She's actually pretty good. And I went back and I looked at some of her other filmography. And I'm like, wow, I've actually seen her in more things than I originally expected. Like, apparently she was in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And I really liked her there. I really liked her in this movie. And apparently she was also in what I think was Midnight Sun, Mean Girls. I think it was her.
Yeah, I think it was Mean Girls.
Yeah, I think that's what put her on the map. You know, everybody else's map, because apparently I never knew about her.
Yeah.
I'd heard her name before.
I've seen her face, but I could never think of the movie.
Right.
But talking about faces, let's talk about the guy who, for the longest time, we're sitting here going, that's Matt Damon!
Turns out it's not Matt Damon! His name is actually Jesse Plemons.
I was really pissed off about that.
Was too.
I don't know what it was, because I was like, looking at the trailer, like, that's Matt Damon!
I thought it was it from the trailer. Other people who were sitting there with me, every time I saw a trailer, I was just like, is that Matt Damon? They're like, yeah, that's Matt Damon. I was watching this entire movie like, that's Matt Damon. He even sounds kind of like Matt Damon.
But there was a moment, like halfway through the movie, and I went, I don't think that's Matt Damon. I don't think that's Matt Damon, but I want him to be Matt Damon. Why are you Matt Damon?
Like, he's just got like that. He just got. He would be Matt Damon if Matt Damon had dyed his hair blonde and put a few pounds on.
Yeah.
That's him. This is Matt Damon's clone.
I feel like they were trying to get Matt Damon for the role.
So they had to find someone else.
And he's like, Matt Damon just had to walk out of it because he was doing something else. And they're like,
They had to find a look.
shit, we gotta find someone new.
The point where I really realized it wasn't Matt Damon actually was him. It was actually you who pointed it out during the credits. We were just sitting there like, where's Matt Damon? Where's Matt?
There's no Matt Damon.
And we're sitting there like, who the fuck? I grabbed my phone. I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
I don't even know who the fuck the guy is anyway.
I don't know either. I didn't look up his past movies. All I know is his name is Jesse Plemons. But honestly, he's the best character in this movie.
I will give you credit on that because every time he was on there, everyone was laughing.
It's true. It's like everybody was laughing just because of how uncomfortable he made every single situation. Every single moment was just awkward because of him. Like he wasn't. It's like he wasn't an awkward character. He just made shit awkward, and it was great.
Yeah, because it's like he's not a bad guy.
He's just fucking weird.
Yeah.
I mean, until you get to the point where it's like he, orchestrated the whole thing just so, to get invited to some more game nights, and you start realizing he's kind of a sociopath.
I really wish, though, that movie would have ended at that point. Like,
as opposed to the extra little twist at the end.
Yeah, like...
Which I kind of saw coming. I saw both of those twists coming.
I saw all the twists coming, but I think it would have been a better movie if it would have ended with, yeah, I planned this whole thing. It'd be like, wow, that's... And it still ends, like, in this awkwardness, like...
Yeah. He's still sitting there bleeding.
Well, not even... Oh, yeah, granted, that would be great if he still got shot.
Yeah.
Like, that's where it ends. Like, you still get shot. But, I mean, I think if it would have ended with, yeah, I did this whole game night so we could all be closer. And just, the next scene is just everyone's still awkward around him.
You know who I was really surprised to see in this movie? I was not at all expecting Michael C. Hall to show up. Like, that was kind of a nice little treat because I'm a huge Dexter fan. Huge Dexter fan. And he just randomly pops up. Turns out he's the actual main antagonist. And it's like, what?
I want to talk about one thing that I thought was cool, but eventually bothered me.
That was
where they would pan out and it looked like a game board or game pieces, like a modeled city. And they did it like throughout the movie like 5 or 6 times.
You did?
Yeah. Remember like the opening scene where you see the house, where you see the neighborhood, and the neighborhood looks fake?
Not really, honestly. I don't have any memory. I remember at the end when it's like the whole diagram, that
Do
he
you
set
remember the set piece where the one girl who thought she was fucking Denzel Washington, and they went to the condo?
That was kind of... Okay, now I kind of get what you're saying.
Yeah, it looked like that. And they did it like 6 times throughout that movie. And I thought it was cool the second time, but eventually I thought it got distracting.
Yeah. Something else that I kind of want to talk about is there's a scene in this movie. It's like one of the big action scenes, and it's got all the characters basically playing Keep Away.
Oh, yeah.
It was literally Keep Away.
Oh, yeah.
And how they did the really cool one-take long-ass shot. Here's my problem with that. Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. But I feel like it's starting to get really gimmicky.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was badass in Daredevil. This movie isn't bad. But this movie also isn't good. This movie is just very bland, and honestly, I feel like I'm going to forget about it in the next 2 weeks.
I feel like it tried too hard.
It really did. It really freaking did.
We're going to add a twist, and then we're going to add another twist, and then we're going to add another twist.
Fake out for the twist.
You know?
It was a third, fake out twist.
And the humor, it came and it went. Like, there were moments I thought the humor was funny, and there were moments where I'm just like, really? That's kind of dumb. Like, I didn't really care about the two couple arguing about who fucked who.
Yeah, I mean,
Or the stupid guy and the smart chick, like
yeah, the Irish chick, who I swore was British for a minute. I feel like at first her accent was kind of fluctuating, but then it settled into Irish.
I mean, I liked the guy till 20 minutes into the movie. I'm like, now you're just being too stupid.
Yeah,
and
it's like there's naive and uneducated, and then there's just blatantly fucking stupid.
There were good moments. Like I like the scene where it's like hit him with the box
That was
on the
funny.
belt.
And
it's
that was funny. And then they're sitting there playing charades. She hits the button, and he just backs up. That was funny.
And I like the joke where the guy gets sucked into the plane.
Yeah, the turbine engine. And he's just sitting there. She's just sitting there like, I have kids. You got two. Like, now with that ass, you don't. Oh, thank you. I also really like the moment that came after that. She's just like, it's like, oh, I'm fine. I mean, I just watched the guy die, but I'm fine.
Yeah.
And
you're not Liam Neeson. Not helping.
That was funny.
But then there was the scene where he was dripping blood.
Yeah. On the dog.
On the dog, and I went, this is
too much.
Yeah, now you're going too much.
Here's another problem I had. This bugged you a little bit more over the past, giving it some time.
There were two things that really just bugged the crap out of me.
Okay, other than the keys, what else bugged you?
His arm.
What about his arm?
Okay, he gets shot in the movie. And
yeah, it seemed where he goes, blood!
Yeah. And throughout this whole movie, he's dripping the blood. Eventually, you're gonna run out of blood.
Yeah, and then it's just it's not just gonna randomly cauterize. Why is it suddenly not dripping?
Yeah. And there was moments where it was dripping and it's not dripping. Eventually, your arm's gonna get affected.
Yeah.
Or your arm's not gonna work.
And you seem to be pretty fine throughout this entire movie, and at no point did I at least remember it being shut off.
And then there was a scene where, okay, so the prize for game night is you get the keys to this car.
Yeah, the car that the main character's
brother.
Yeah, the main character's brother. He's just like, hey, whoever wins game night gets this car. And it just so happens to be the main character. It just so happens to be Jason Bateman's character's fucking dream car. He's just like, I always wanted that car. And he rolls up in it. He's just like, I want that car. Here, you can have it. All this shit.
Yeah. And what it is that he puts the key in his coat pocket. And throughout this whole movie, he's wearing his coat.
Okay, well, actually, I think we left a little bit there. Throughout the entire, the thing was his brother had rigged it so his brother would win
the game.
Yeah, so he would win the game. And so what he did is he slipped the key into his coat pocket when he wasn't looking. Are you telling me at no point in this movie, not a single moment did you realize, jingle jangle, what the fuck is that noise? Or at no point did you reach in your pocket for anything, not even to keep it warm, and you just went, where do these keys come from? Granted, I personally could say, maybe you just didn't recognize what keys these were. But at the same time, it's a random pair of keys that showed up in your coat pocket. How did you not find them?
And you know what the symbol looked like on the keys. Because they showed you the keys in a couple scenes. And I'm just like...
Oh, they actually did? I don't even remember. Like I said, this movie is so forgettable, I'm forgetting about key scenes. Boom! That was a complete accident.
I had to give this movie a C. I can't give it a D because there were moments that I thought were funny. And I thought the moments that I thought were funny were laugh out loud funny.
Right. When the jokes hit, they hit. But everything else just...
And the fact it's not Matt Damon
kind of kills it. Yeah. The air of mystery behind it.
Yeah.